Bryce, you had 17 days off. Tarleton has a full month off, so you're not quite sure coming into the game what exactly you were going to have and what Billy Gillespie's team was going to have, but you knew you were going to have a dogfight. You definitely got that.
Yes, anytime you go on the road, especially in conference, any win is a good win. And we knew it was going to be 40 minutes of their defensive pressure, and thought our guys really did a good job. We looked really tired early in the game, and we were able to catch a second win, and I thought play with a lot more energy in that second half.
When you have that much of a break, even though it wasn't a break you necessarily wanted, you got to have different guys step up. Getting 33 points off your bench had to be a huge sigh of relief for you.
That's one of the strengths we've talked about collectively in the locker room is the depth of our team and different players being able to step up and make big contributions to help us win. And I think our depth, was very important, especially the productivity we got off the bench. Mikey Dixon, he hasn't played 5-on-5 since our Colorado game, playing with that face mask, and thought he was just terrific tonight, especially shooting the basketball, making some plays, and thought Chance McMillan did an excellent job coming in and really opening the floor up, making a couple early threes for us.
Two big emphases for you coming into the game was ball control and the boards. Early on, like you mentioned, the pressure seemed to unrattle guys until they got settled in, and then the boards, that's where the game seemed to turn in the second half, getting those second chances.
We talked about it. We were down by 4 in rebounding at halftime, and that's not what this team can do and win games. This team has to rebound the basketball. So second half was much better. We out-rebounded them by 10 in the second half, and we took care of the ball much better. We only had, I think, 4 or 5 turnovers in that second half, and we were a lot more solid with the ball, which we just were not in that first half.
You had several plays in that first 25 minutes where you had players being able to drive inside and find the man right underneath and just couldn't convert those layups underneath. How did you kind of make sure that your guys didn't get frustrated on that?
We talked a lot about turnaround plays. When you don't play games in a long time, and when your coaching staff isn't around for a long time, there's just a lot of habits that you're used to doing when you're in a good flow. That are different, and so, not to say we planned on, some play like we had today, but it's somewhat expected. Some of the missed opportunities at the rim and some of the defensive assignments we just didn't execute, being off so long, and then also just again the coaches being away from the players for such a long period. Also,
super hard team to prepare for. They hadn't played for a month. They've used every starting lineup possible, I think, on their roster. So you didn't really know what was coming. What'd you think of their team, and especially Montre Gibson and what he did today with 30 points?
He's an excellent player. We saw it on film. Again, Tarleton was up by 10 at Texas A&M with 7 minutes left, and Gibson was a big reason for that. And so we knew he was an explosive scorer, and when he kind of caught fire in that second half there, he wasn't missing. Thank the Lord that last one, he finally missed one in the last 10 minutes, that last 3.
We called it a couple of intentional fouls that Billy Gillespie decided to have his team do, mainly against Asden Midgard, and they really started it with outside of 2 minutes to go. Were you surprised by that? And how pleased were you by the fact that Midgard had ice in his veins going to the free throw line? We
had some games earlier in this year where we missed free throws, and it has been a big priority, at practices for quite a while. We spend a lot of time on free throws, and Ash is someone that in practice he's been much better than what his percents in the game are. So it was great to see him go 7 for 8, down the stretch, and every single one of those makes was extremely important to win this game.
We talked about going into this interesting WAC setup with the back-to-backs. How do you as a coaching staff spend the next 20-hour cycle up until playing this team again, given this game film?
There's obviously things in the film we'll watch and try to correct, but it's such a quick turnaround. The most important thing is going to be, getting our guys' legs back, getting them fresh, and tweaking a few things on the game plan to see if we can execute better and see if we can, play even better tomorrow against them.
Well, you tried to get a couple of back-to-backs to kind of test it out. It didn't necessarily work out, so here it is. The back-to-back's about to come, but you got the first half. That's the important one. 75-72, your team beats Tarleton. Bryce Drew, congratulations on the win. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thanks, Lopes fans.
Bryce Drew, our first guest